Nrsingadev Jaya Nrsingadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Gaurahari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Gaurahari Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hare Ram Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a nice kirtan and so nice. 1 second, Prabhu. You are just making you as a co-host. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, with your permission, I would like to introduce to our small audience. More members are expected to join as we start the class. Uh, Thank you very much, Prabhuji, Ramanuja Prabhu, for accepting our humble request to elevate us by showing mercy of Lord Chaitanya Prabhu on all of us. So Prabhuji is actually our classmate in Bhakti Vaibhav. He was and now is Bhakti Vedanta. But it is very easy to say that he is my classmate, our classmate. But he is very exalted Vaishnava, and out of his causeless mercy, he has accepted the role of being our classmate in Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta. Uh, Prabhuji is a, disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj. He, by an academic qualification, he has done his MSc Botany from Kurukshetra University, and and also worked as a research fellow at the IIT Kharagpur for some time. And then Prabhuji also served Bhaktivedanta Institute as a research scholar under guidance of his spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj. And Prabhu has been engaged in so many services. Uh, in some of them are like a editing, translation of literatures on science and spirituality, as well as many Srila Prabhupada books. And Prabhuji is a facilitator for Bhakti Shastri course under Mayapur Institute. So he has taken so many batches Bhakti Shastri courses, and uh, Prabhuji also preaching mostly in Indonesia uh, in the areas of university outreach, interfaith programs, and training for temple devotees. He was engaged, and he has conducted Mayapur Institute's first on-site Bhakti Shastri course in Bali, Indonesia. So it was the first time Mayapur Institute has done outside in Bali, in Indonesia. So Prabhu got the service, and he has been handling that so nicely. And Prabhuji currently serving as vice president of ISKCON Manipur, India. Prabhuji basically from Manipur. So he has been serving as a vice president of ISKCON Temple in Manipur, and also Prabhuji is very much engaged in congregational development, book distribution, and academic preaching. He is well versed with the shastras. He is very fluent in many of shastric knowledge, and he has done. I don't think Prabhuji has left with any. Prabhuji also, sorry to forgot this. Prabhuji also written a book which sometime back I we formed even CC members also. Prabhuji has done some service, and Prabhuji, you just briefly give about the the book also during your class. Uh, so our members also will get benefited. So this is a very brief introduction about His Grace Ramanuj Prabhu. So over to you, Prabhu. Now for next 1 hour, we are at your mercy, and please show the mercy of Rajat Mahaprabhu on all of us. Thank you, Prabhuji. And we already went on YouTube live, just for information. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, dear Ramananda Kanai Prabhuji. It is simply I am following your instruction to to give the class, and I found that just by going through the verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita, um, I found that this was good for me to little bit go into depth and read. Although I am unable to understand so many things, but just by understanding the stories, it was very blissful. So my obeisances to you, Prabhuji, for kindly inviting me and to all the devotees assembled here, for giving me the opportunity to render some service to all the assembled Vaishnavas here. Uh, this book Prabhuji spoke of was this Upakhana Upadesh. This was compiled by the disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. These are all stories and anecdotes given by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Um, he told the stories. Um, this was these are mostly this is in two volumes. The first volume was is about um, um, mostly about the humorous little bit stories, and then the second volume is more philosophical and mostly from the Puranas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, even Narottam Vilas. So it is very important. Our Srila Prabhupada disciples, they also spoke that this is very important for all those devotees who are trying to improve their bhajan. So I got the service to translate it from Bengali to English, and Ramananda Karai Prabhuji and other our dear devotees, they helped me so much to distribute these books outside of India, which was impossible for me to do on my own. So I am deeply indebted and obliged to Prabhuji and all the other devotees. Um, so I'd just like to share. Prabhu, shall I share the screen?
Prabhuji, your co-host, you can share the screen.
All right, I'll do it. I hope this is visible. Let me just give me a second. I hope the font is visible, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Um, I was trying to make it into some PowerPoint slides, but I did not get the time because I was in Mayapur for this Vyasa Puja of Srila Subhak Swami Maharaj. And fortunately, I met Her Grace Padma Sundari Mataji also there. I was able to do some service while she
Yeah.
was taking prasad. So Mataji was very kind. We spoke for a long time. And then I came to Chandigarh. Right now, I'm in Chandigarh. It's very cold, very very cold, and it's been raining since yesterday because one of our devotees, very nice devotee family, they have two kids, and they're both disciples of La Subhakshay Maharaj. And this little girl, she's 6 years old. She had a hole in her heart from birth, and then the doctor advised to see for some years if it gets like filled up on its own, but somehow it did not. So today she's having a surgery. So I came with the family, and we were, like for the past few days, we have been running up and down to get appointments and all this thing. And somehow by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we got the doctor on the first day of the appointment, and doctor agreed to do the the surgery today itself. So she has already entered into the Operation Theater, and I'm here for the class. So after the class, I'll be running back again to the hospital at this PGI. We call it post. I think PGI hospital in Chandigarh. So I beg all the devotees to kindly pray for this girl, so that she can come out of this surgery successfully, and to render more service to Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees. So this we are to read from 319. Am I correct, Prabhuji? 319, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Trivane.
Okay. So just as a Mangalacharan, let me chant this verse. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda दुर्गमे पथिमन्दस्य स्खलत्पादकतिर्मुहुः स्वकृपायास्ते दानेन सन्त सन्त अवलम्बनम् कृपा करि सবে मिली करो करुणा अधम पतित जनना करि हो घृणा यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत् प्रसाद यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायन् स्तुवं तस्य सन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरोषि चरणारविन्दम् Mm, I'm sure I will not be able to convey the message of Chaitanya Charitamrita as other previous speakers have done so. Um, and I lack in so much of experience of understanding of Chaitanya Charitamrita, what to speak of delivering class or lecture on these topics. But these topics are so nice, so nectarian, that anybody who tries to even read or hear will certainly be captivated. Um, Prior to this verse 319, I was seeing some of the earlier verses in this chapter. How Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he traveled to all these holy places and met different people. One instance was, I hope all devotees still remember, the meeting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Sri Rangapuri, the Brahmana who was disciple of Srila Madhavendra Puri, and how they met, how they became ecstatic, and how Sri Rangapuri also revealed that he had visited Navadip. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, Sri Rangapuri, out of his curiosity, he asks where about the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that he was born in Navadip. And Sri Rangapuri became ecstatic because he had visited that place with, with his spiritual master, Sri Madhavendra Puri. And also he told that he went to one Brahmana's house whose name was Sri Jagannath Mishra. And his wife was Sachi Devi. And he had a son who was called Sankararanya. His sannyas name was Sankararanya, who was none other than Vishwarup, the elder brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he went on to explain, he went on to reveal how Sachimata, she was like a mother and she treated all the sannyasis so nicely. She was feeding them just as a mother would feed her children. And then after hearing of this instance, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself tells to Srangapuri that he is the son of Jagannath Mishra and Sachimata, and that Sankararanya is his elder brother. Uh, so after uh, this Srangapuri, he leaves for Dwaraka. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stays back, and then he gets these books, Sri Brahma Samhita and Krishna Karanamrita, which he brought with him. It's like and he's going to give them to Ramananda Rai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returns to Vidyanagara, where he formally met with Sri Ramananda Rai. And here, in this instance, Sri Ramananda Rai is going to reveal that he wants to retire from his active service and come to Jagannath Puri to associate more with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can start this text number 319. Let me start this. Ramananda Rai Suni Prabhura Gamana Anand Asya Koilo Prabhu Sahamilana. When Ramananda Rai heard of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival, he was very pleased and he immediately went to see him. Here we can find one very distinct qualification of a Vaishnava, that when he hears about the arrival of other Vaishnavas, I mean, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not ordinary devotee. He is the supreme personality of God himself. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was when Ramananda Rai heard that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to arrive soon at Vidyanagara, he was very pleased, and he immediately went to see him. We can learn from this that it is said when a Vaishnava arrives, uh, and in the first of the 10 offenses to the holy name, it is said to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. So Vaishnava Aparad is given there, and if I am correct, I believe there are six different categories of Vaishnava Aparad, and one of them is not to be happy when upon seeing a Vaishnava coming, or when we hear of Vaishnava's arrival, not to be happy, not to feel jubilant. So that is one offense. So Ramananda Rai is showing to us what kind of attitude, what kind of our mentality should we have when we even hear of a Vaishnava arrival. That he was very pleased, and what he did, he was not only just happy, he was unable to contain himself, and he immediately went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We also find similar instance in the case of the Dwarka Vasis, when they heard that the Lord Krishna is coming back to Dwarka, and when they heard the sound of the conch shell of Lord Krishna's Panchajanya, they became so enthusiastic that all of them came out of Dwarka to receive the Lord. In one of our classes in Bhakti Vaibhav, we were introduced to uh, this chapter when the Dwarka Vashis came to receive Sri Krishna. That um, how we can experience this kind of feeling or emotion, or rather, the question was that uh, do we feel the same when we chant the holy name? Because chanting the holy name is none different from seeing the Lord Himself. So when we chant the holy name, our attitude or our feelings should be exactly like that what was felt by the residents of Dwaraka upon hearing of Lord Krishna's counsel, upon hearing the Lord Krishna is coming back to them. So when we chant the holy name, we should have that, oh, we are going to associate with Krishna. We are going to hear Krishna's name. We are going to get the opportunity to associate with Krishna. So we should be that much enthusiastic, like super enthusiastic, and feel very jubilant about it. And yeah, so this was portrayed by Ramananda Rai. Next verse. দণ্ডবৎ হইয়া পরে চরণে ধরিয়া আলিঙ্গন করিল প্রভু তারে উঠাইয়া. When Ramananda Rai fell flat touching the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord immediately raised him to his feet and embraced him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu um, also reciprocated in with the same emotion. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Ye yatha mam prapadyante tang tathe bhajamyaham." That as much as we are eager or intensely eager, we are eager to have the association of the Lord, we are eager to remember the Lord. That in the same way, the Lord also reciprocates. Text 321. দুইজনে প্রেমাবেশে করেন ক্রন্দন প্রেমানন্দে শিথিল হইল দুহাকার মন. In great ecstatic love, they both began to cry, and thus their minds were slackened. In great ecstatic love. This is one thing that we can aspire for. Um, some Many years back, one of our leaders in ISKCON, he expressed to one Srila Prabhupada disciple that Maharaj, we I'm able to chant the holy name, and I can sometimes feel that my hairs are standing on its ends. My hairs are standing, but tears don't come so easily. Gauranga bolite hobe pulaka sharira, hari hari bolite noyone babe nira. That this kind of emotion should manifest in the devotees when they are chanting the holy name of the Lord. That when we see devotees, even we can see this instance when Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they meet one another, how they how much they are eager to to spend time together, to talk, to and they are so blissful in their company, in having the company of their god brothers. We can see so much love and affection. One time, I think it was last year. Um, last yes, it was last year at Nasik. We had a program. We had a Sadhu Sangha program with His Holiness Srila Subhak Swami Guru Maharaj, and I think uh, yeah, it was Jaranivas Prabhu. Yeah, he came, and then the moment he arrived on the stage, he offered his obeisances flat. That Adanura Pranam to Maharaj. And Maharaj has a bad leg, so he cannot. I mean, he had uh, replacement of the this thigh bone, so he has difficulty in offering obeisances. But still, Maharaj tried his best to offer obeisances, and they were embracing. They spoke. They sat together. This thing comes to my mind that when can we have such kind of when can we have such kind of dealings with our own god brothers and god, even among the devotees, like like this Prabhupada's disciples are having, that much love and affection, that much care and concern for one another. We can aspire for this emotions. Next verse says, কতক্ষণে দুই জনা সুস্থির হইয়া নানা ইষ্ট গোষ্ঠী করে একত্র বসিয়া. Ishta Goshti. We can find this Ishta Goshti word here. After some time, they regained their senses and sat together to discuss various subjects. So Ishta Goshti. In ISKCON, Ishta Goshti is very popular in many temples. So Ishta, Ishta means our actually it means our worshipable Lord, or topics related to serving our worshipable Lord. So a Goshti is coming together for to have discussions. So when they embraced, they cried, and after that they regained their composure, and they sat down to discuss various subject matters. Now we can we can learn what subject matters are worth discussing. You know, ekatre boshiya. By sitting together, they are going to discuss various subjects. So what subjects they are going to discuss? 323. तीर्थयात्रा कथा प्रभु सकल कहिला करनामृत ब्रह्म ब्रह्म संहिता दुई पुंथि दिला. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave Ramananda Rai vivid description of his travels to the holy places and told him how he had acquired the two books named Krishna Karnamrita and Brahma Samhita. The Lord delivered the books to Ramananda Rai. When we talk of Ishtagosti or discussion of topics or conversation among devotees, we can take guidance from this Srimad Bhagavad Gita 10.9. Mat chitta mad kata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayanta samam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. That my pure devotees, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Mat chitta, mad gata prana, that their lives are dedicated to my service. Uh, bodhayanta parasparam. And they are always enlightening one another about my topics. That they want to, whatever they have heard, whatever they have learned, they discuss amongst the devotees and try to dive deeper and deeper into the subject matters. Bodhayanta, make each other understand more. Parasparam. Kathayantascha mam. They are always discussing about me. They are always talking about me. Kathayantascha mam nityam. And in that doing so, Tushyanti, they derive great satisfaction. Ramanticha, they are fully in bliss. They always enjoy in discussing about me. So devotees are supposed to do this. But many times we find that we are carried away. We get carried away and then we tend to speak, we tend to discuss more about others' faults, other shortcomings, and it becomes a little bit more and sometimes we find that it is more tasty, much more tasty than Harikatha. Because why I say this, it is tasty for us to discuss about other things besides Krishna Katha. because because many times we find when we are hearing Hari Katha, we feel sleepy. But when we discuss about all the other subject matters, hardly we feel sleepy. I'm not speaking about everybody, but it sometimes happened to me also. But we're supposed to discuss about things related to Krishna, or about Krishna. The Lord Krishna, and one more thing, we this kirtan of Suddha Bhakata Charna Renu. There is a line which says, um, Gaura Amar Jesab Sthana Korilo Brahmana Range Shesab Sthan Heribo Ami Pranay Bhakata Sange. That Gaura Amar, that all those places, Gaura Amar Jesab Sthane Korilo Brahmana Range, that all these places where my Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited, I'll also visit all those places. Sesavasthan Haribhami, I'll also go and see all those places. And Pranay Bhakata Sanghe, with loving devotees, with like-minded devotees, who are similarly eager to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one one uh, one one thing we can learn from this is that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to all these places, what he was doing, he did not simply go to just see the deities. He was preaching everywhere he went. He was preaching. He was, bringing so many people to the fold of Vaishnavism, to the fold of Krishna consciousness. So devotees means he tries to follow in the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the previous acharyas. So we should be similarly eager to visit all these places, uh, to carry out, to continue the services rendered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or by his representatives, our spiritual masters and the previous acharyas. Like our spiritual masters, they go to different places for preaching purpose. And sometimes devotees want to go to those places to meet the devotees, to see to see all those the places, the people there. But then we have to also, if we are able to carry in our hearts, in our mind, that what activities our spiritual masters have done there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did Sankirtan Yagya. So our spiritual masters, they are also doing Sankirtan Yagya. They are also doing Yagya. So how can I participate in that Yagya? How can I be of some assistance to my spiritual master? Because it is the duty of every disciple, every follower, to assist the spiritual master in his service to his spiritual master. Say we have our spiritual master who, and they are trying to serve Srila Prabhupada. So as disciples or as followers, our foremost duty is to always consider how can I be of some service in my spiritual master's service to Srila Prabhupada. That is the a very important duty of the disciple. So here, um, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals to Ramananda Rai that how he has acquired these two books, Krishna Karanamrita and Brahma Samhita. And it is so interesting that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is eager to distribute these books among devotees. That is why he had copies of this. He had copies of these books made, and he was carrying with him. Next verse says, प्रभु को हे तुमी जय सिद्धांत को हिले এই দুই পন্থী সেই সব সাক্ষী দিলে. The Lord said, whatever you have told me about devotional service is all supported by these two books. That is why Srila Prabhupada also recommends these books to devotees to read. In one place, Srila Prabhupada says that when he was speaking about Gajendra Moksha, he tells that, as Gajendra, he remembered the prayers which he recited in his previous life, and he was saved by the Lord. So all devotees should also similarly recite some verses, some prayers, like the Shikshastakam or the Brahma Samhita, and try to memorize them, so that in case of any such danger, the devotees can remember those prayers and be saved by the Lord. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that whatever Ramananda Rai discussed with him about the different aspects of devotional service were all corroborated, were all proven by these authoritative scriptures. 325 says, রায়ের আনন্দ হইল পুস্তক পাইয়া প্রভু সহ আস্বাদিল রাখিল লিখিয়া. Ramananda Rai was very happy to receive these books. He tested their contents along with the Lord and made a copy of each. Uh, this reminds me of one instance when um, that how much La Prabhupada was happy when he received his books. At one time, when Srila Prabhupada told, I think it was Brahmananda, yeah. So Brahmananda Prabhu, he was there, and then uh, at that time, Srila Prabhupada his books used to be published by Dai Nippon from Japan. So Srila Prabhupada wanted this Krishna book to be printed as soon as possible. So Brahmananda Maharaj, he went to Dai Nippon, but they said that it was the time was limited, so they had sufficient reasons for not being able to print the book. Then then um, then Brahmananda Maharaj, he told them that, see, we are having so many business relationship with you, but if you're not able to give us this book, then our future relationship might be affected. So saying this, he just said this, and he left, and he was at the airport. He had already boarded the flight. Then suddenly the flight was stopped midway on the runway, and then he saw that there were this big cars, black cars, They were like, 5 or 10 of them. They were coming onto the tarmac, the runway. So it was Dai Nippon cars, the Dai Nippon's cars. So they had that much of facility to come even onto the tarmac. So the officials came. They came inside the flight and met with Brahmananda Prabhu, and then they gave him 10 copies of Krishna book. And so they said that, so to keep our business relationship, we have printed these books for you. So and Brahmananda Maharaj was very happy. So he was just seeing the books, and then the person next to him, he asks, "So what is that book?" Then he began to preach about Krishna book, about Srila Prabhupada, and that person became interested, and he said, "Do you want to take this book?" Then he took that book and gave him $50 for one book. So when he arrived, I can't remember exactly where Srila Prabhupada was at the time. Was it San Francisco or somewhere? So he went to Srila Prabhupada and gave the books, this Krishna book. And Srila Prabhupada was very happy. He checked the books, and then he said, "How many books?" 10 books. Then Srila Prabhupada said, "But there are only 9 books here. Like, where's the 10th book?" So Brahmananda Prabhu said, "Srila Prabhupada, I distributed that book on the flight before even giving it to you." So he handed over that $50. And then Srila Prabhupada said, "Okay, distribute all these books. Even you take my copy also." So this was the enthusiasm of Srila Prabhupada to get this book distributed. And similar enthusiasm we can see with Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here, the next verse says, "গোসাই আইলা গ্রামে হইল কোলাহল, প্রভুকে দেখিতে লোক আইল সকল." News spread in the village of Vidyanagara about the arrival of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and everyone came to see him once again. In Vidyanagara, the residents became so much eager. They were eager to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ramananda Kanai Prabhu, like, is the flow okay, or like, would it be better if other devotees read the verses, or shall I continue like this? Ramananda Kanai Prabhu, am I audible?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yes Prabhu, you can carry on, Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Text 327 says, লোক দেখি রামানন্দ গেল নিজ ঘরে, মধ্যাহ্নে উত্থিলা প্রভু ভিক্ষা করিবারে. After seeing the people who gathered there, Sri Ramananda Rai returned to his own home. At noon, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up to take his lunch. Yeah, got not much to discuss, so I'm just continuing. Text number 328. রাত্রিকালে রায় পুনঃ কইল আগমন, দুইজনে কৃষ্ণ কথায় কইল জাগরণ. Whole night they kept awake. Sri Ramananda Rai returned at night, and he and the Lord discussed topics concerning Krishna. Thus they passed the night. When others are not there, when it is a little bit quiet and calm at night, both of them they again discuss topics concerning Krishna. There are no other topics of discussion besides Krishna, and thus they passed the whole night. This Many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples used to do this. We heard from various devotees. I even heard that Srila Jayapada Swami Guru Maharaj and Srila Subhak Swami Guru Maharaj, both of them, they used to do night rounds in Mayapur in olden days. That they would go around, and sometimes they will see the guard, the security guard, the guard is sleeping at midnight, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And then both Maharajas, they would go, and Srila Jayapadak Swami Guru Maharaj would hide the gun, this of the security personnel, and then wake him up. Then, hey, Prabhu, what are you doing? Are are you sleeping? Then he would immediately get up and he said, no, Maharaj, I'm not sleeping. Then he said, okay, so hey, where's your gun? Where have you kept it? Where have you kept it? Then he would frantically search for the gun. Like he would not find, and he would become like, become so much disturbed. And then later, of course, Maharaj would give back the gun to him. And sometimes they would throw these firecrackers and make like loud sound, and then the security guard would wake up. But see, devotees, they many of Srila Prabhupada disciples, we find they have this experience of chanting all throughout the night. Some even tell us about Krishnadas Babaji. When he used to come to Mayapur, he would chant the whole night. And sometimes he would tell some of Srila Prabhupada's disciples who were serving him that, you should chant with me like whole night, and I will teach you how to chant like that. So this is the way of discussing Krishna Katha. Text 329 says, দুইজনে কৃষ্ণ কথা কহে রাত্রি দিনে পরম আনন্দে গেল পঞ্চ সাত দিনে. Ramananda Rai and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed Krishna day and night, and thus they passed from 5 to 7 days in great happiness. Ramananda kohe Prabhu tomara agya paya raja ke likhilu ami vinoy koriya. Ramananda Rai said, my dear Lord, with your permission, I have already written a letter to the king with great humility. রাজা মোরে আজ্ঞা দিল নীলাচ চলে যাইতে চলিবার উদ্যোগ আমি লাগিয়াছি করিতে. The king has already given me an order to return to Jagannath Puri, and I am making arrangements to do this. How is revealing his intense desire, eagerness to associate more with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. We should have similar eagerness to associate with devotees, associate with our spiritual master, and to be engaged in their service. Next verse says, Prabhu kohe etha more ei nimityagaman tome loya nilachale koribo gaman. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, it is for this purpose alone that I have returned. I want to take you with me to Jagannath Puri. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also again revealing that he has a purpose. Now he is telling to Sri Ramananda Rai that I wanted to take you with me to Jagannath Puri, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come here to take us all back to Godhead. Only we have to become, we have to agree to his proposal. Only we have to agree to his purpose, that he wants to take us back to Godhead, and also we also want to go back to him. রায় কহে প্রভু আগে চলো নীলা চলে মোরে সঙ্গ হাতি ঘোড়া সৈন্য কলা হলে. Ramananda Rai said, my dear Lord, it is better that you proceed to Jagannath Puri alone, because with me there will be many horses, elephants, and soldiers, all roaring tumultuously. Again, Ramananda Rai, he expresses his concern for the Lord, because there will be lots of people going with him, with horses, elephants, because he is official of the king. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi, and he preferred to go a little bit in a quiet and sober manner. So that would not be possible if the Lord went with him. I mean, with Ramananda Rai. So he, out of concern, Ramananda Rai expressed that the Lord go to Jagannath Puri alone. That will be more practical for him. Text 334 says, দীন দাসে ইহা সবার করি সমাধান তোমার পাছে পাছে আমি করিব প্রয়াণ. I shall make arrangements within 10 days. Following you, I shall go to Nilachal without delay. Eagerness, again eagerness, so much eagerness Ramandra is expressing to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. Text 335 says, तबे महाप्रभु तारे आसिते आज्ञा दिया, लीलाचले चलिला प्रभु आनंदित होया. Giving orders to Ramananda Rai to come to Nilachal, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed for Jagannath Puri with great pleasure. So I think I should stop here. Text number 335. Um, it was mentioned that there will be time for excuse me. There will be some time given for discussion. If there are any questions or comments, we can discuss now, because I'm supposed to finish the class at 10:30. I took 5 minutes extra. If there's any question or comment.
Thank you, Prabhuji Dandavotmana. Devotees, if any questions, comments, kindly unmute and ask. If no questions, comments, then Prabhuji will conclude. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any questions, comments, or reflections?
Or anybody has or if anybody wants, they can share if I have missed something, something important among within what we have discussed so far. I'd be very much obliged.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
very much for your class. Actually, today the proper disciples, how they are mingling and how they are discussing the topics of Krishna. And you are told one of the pastime. I was hearing the new first time this one, like Guru Maharaj, how he used to take care of the Mayapur, and how he used to visit in the night time, and taking care of the Mayapur in the earlier stage. I felt the minute thing that also he used to check the security thing also, means how care he was there taking care of the Mayapur. Actually, I felt it was means this is the first time I am hearing this thing from you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Actually, that was I heard that this the ashram, this where the brahmacharis stay near Sulabh kitchen. That used to
Oh,
be residence of the Matajis. They have it has got two chambers, one inside, one outside. So inside the Mataji stayed, and outside the Prabhuji they will stay for security purpose. And those were the time when Mayapur was being attacked constantly by the goons. They were
mm,
they would throw bombs and gunfires, and many times many devotees they were taken even to the jail in Krishnanagar. So at that time they would come out. Guru Maharaj would come out at night to check. And
mhm.
sometimes they would throw crackers, those crackers, those we call bombs, or firecrackers,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just throw near a security guard, and the guns have been have been hidden away, and the security guard would jump up, and they would run for cover. Maharaj would be there and ask, "Hey, where's your gun? Where's your gun?" And then again they would like frantically search for the gun. So they used to do all this, and at midnight they would go around at midnight to check. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Jai
For
Jai Hari Bol. Thank you. Really.
would others
Prabhuji,
have
no
questions?
questions and comments. And despite your so many challenges and hectic schedule, you accepted our invitation. Thank you, Prabhuji. We would like to hear more in coming sessions also. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Nityanand Prabhu, Haribol, just we will chant three times Hare Krishna
Yes,
Mahamantra for Prabhu. And Prabhu's one, that surgery she was going, just we will chant for her also.
Thank you so
yes, yes,
much.
yes,
Uh,
Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Uh,
Thank you so much.
so with this note, we will thank Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyacha kripa sindhu bhavacha patitanam pavabhyo vaishnava namo.
Vaishnavebhyo
Antapurti
Namo.
Vaishnav ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. His Grace Ramanuja Das Prabhuji ki Jai.
Jai.
आज की जय।
Hare
Jai.
Krishna.
All glories to God.
हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you.
Thank you.